Alright, sorry about that. Hi, Grain. Hi, Brad. Still trying to figure out this wonkiness with YouTube. Because it's not, like, syncing up. I can stream there. But it's not letting me, like, update and stuff. Anyways, hope you're having a good nights. Yeah, this is like a 3-hour game, roughly, but it's got a lot of different playthroughs and no premature ending. Control. Just escape.
You're on a path in the woods.
Hopefully the volume's good.
And at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Test.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Did Twitch not fix its thing yet? Okay, maybe it got pushed out now. Nope, it's still broken. Alright. Twitch is still not update their bug where you can't see your own chat. It's been about a week almost. Oh, shoot. I got fucking choices. Alright, let's see. What do we do? Oh. Killing a princess seems kind of bad, though. Can't someone else do this?
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
Oh, okay, these are all...
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock. Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end. There is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything. Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her. I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her. Don't linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you. Look, you're already on the path that leads to the cabin.
Alright.
Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey. Oh, if only that were the case, but I don't make the rules.
Let's get through this
I
exposition.
have to say, I'm surprised at your reluctance thus far, but unfortunately for the both of us, you're the only one who can pull this off. Like I said, I don't make the rules, no matter how much I wish I did.
Because she'll destroy the world.
Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it. It's a secret, but I think you'll like it. It's a special rule.
I'll start reading the choices off once I get past this
Whatever you
beginning.
think it might be, I can promise you it's going to be even better than your wildest imagination. Are you serious? No, you have to do it. Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end. I mean,
Hi, Boken.
maybe some people do. Nihilists, or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those.
Alright, I'll go to the cabin, I'll talk to her, maybe I'll slay her if she's bad as you say. I'm not committing to anything until I've had the chance to meet her. Fine, I'll go to the cabin.
As long as you remain focused on your goal, it should all be smooth sailing. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Part of me wants to, but like, it's being pretty
We're not
explicit.
going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Proceed into the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Fine, we'll take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
I heard the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
I think I'm here to kill you.
Oh, are you now? Why don't you come down and let me take a look at you?
Welcome back, Green.
Great job. You gave away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world? Focus on the task at hand.
You weren't kidding when you said you were here to kill me.
Uh-oh. I haven't decided yet.
How about you drop the knife and the two of us just talk?
Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out. Don't you dare.
I'm not.
It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Tighten my grip.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
I'm not dropping the blade.
Then I'm not talking to you.
Then I guess we're at an impasse.
I guess we are.
For the love of everything, just slay her already. Or drop the blade. Do something.
Sure you don't want to talk?
Yeah, I'm sure.
For goodness sake, the two of you can't just stand around like this forever. Eventually, something is going to give, and I highly recommend that you be the one to take the initiative here.
Fire! This is gonna get me killed. I'm sure. Slay the princess.
Doubt, unfortunately, clouds your thoughts as you attempt to run her through. A moment of distraction and hesitation is all she needed to sidestep your thrust and deliver a catastrophic blow to your jaw. It feels like you've been hit with a sledgehammer. You can feel bone grinding on bone where your jaw has been fractured. Holy shit, that hurts! Though she's unarmed, the shock of that first strike is enough to stagger you, putting you and the princess on somewhat equal.
You know, I'm just doing what I was told.
Your blade slashes through the air again and again, and her fists connect with your body as many times or more, each impact as heavy as that first bone-crushing hit.
Alright, see ya, Brad. At least it's all voice acted.
We can still turn this around.
Flee and lock her up. Finish the job. I'm trying to, like...
Are you serious? It's a good idea. We've taken some bad hits, but we've dealt some too. She has to be feeling it more than we are. Let's regroup upstairs. If we're lucky, maybe she'll just bleed out. Fine. You make a mad dash to the basement stairs, the princess's chains rattling as she tries to chase you, but pulling taut much too soon for her to catch up.
Do you really think you can just walk out of here?
Uh-oh.
She steps towards you, ignoring her chains. They creak and strain as she pulls against them until finally they break. The links clatter to the floor, useless. She's free. Hurry. You push your broken body as she closes in and just barely manage to pass the threshold of the basement doorway before she catches up to you. You close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table that once held the blade. Okay, we can make this work. She has an awful wound and we have all the time in the world. Playing jailkeeper for a while might make things a little easier. You settle in against the far wall to watch the basement door.
Yo. It's not my fault. It's her fault.
It isn't long before you start to drift off,
Oh,
your
yeah.
eyelids heavy with fatigue. But sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is broken by a piercing, wailing voice calling out to you from the other side of the door.
I know you're still there. Why don't you make things easier on yourself and let me out? It's not like this little door will hold you very long anyways. It's probably a good idea to try to get back on my good side.
The door's...
She sounds
I don't know.
terrifying. Like she's less of the princess you saw and more like something out of a nightmare.
Maybe it's a strong door.
As she violently rattles the door, you do your best to shut her out of your mind.
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. I won't forget what you did, and I'll never forget it. You don't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
It doesn't sound like she's getting any weaker. No, it doesn't.
Ignore her, go to sleep.
Just ignore her. Maybe the banging and
This sounds like such a bad idea.
Don't pay attention to it. You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against the wall. You jolt awake in the middle of the
Yep.
night to silence in the cabin. The ruckus has stopped, and the door to the basement is ajar, its lock broken, and the table shoved out.
We live for bad ideas.
Where is she?
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement.
You try and stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near, it's as though your body simply stops working. It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves. First your toes go numb, and then your feet, and then your legs. You lie prone on the floor of the cabin, unable to do anything but witness her approach. Whose side are you on? Yours, of course. But I have a duty to uphold the truth. Lying about the facts of the situation doesn't change them.
So helpless. I can take my time with you, can't I?
She steps closer, one silent footfall at a time, cocking her head in curiosity as you feel your organs shutting down one by one.
Or maybe I can't take my time with you. You don't look well. A little green around the gills. What a shame. If you'd only helped me get out of here, we could have done such wonderful things together.
Your lungs stop drawing in breath, and your heart freezes in your chest. You have seconds left.
I'd say better luck next time. But we both know this is the end, don't we?
It can't. This can't actually be how everything ends. I'm sorry, but it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Alright, that's not... Oh. Chapter 2, The Nightmare.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world. A terrible sense of deja vu. No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Shh. What if he hears us?
He?
That's a very good question, little voice.
Oh.
What if he does hear you? Shit. I think you'll find yourselves very
Voice of the
wise
paranoid.
to keep any secrets from me. Not that it matters right now, because like I said, this is the first time we've met. Still, I'd rather not get off on the wrong foot. We've a world to save after all.
Wait, so first was Voice of the Hero, this is Paranoid?
We could go back and forth on this forever, and it won't get you any closer
Hi,
to
Crass.
doing your job and saving the world. So let's just agree to disagree.
So assuming I'm telling the truth, why should I listen to you?
Those are two very different questions, but fine. I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. If you're back here, I'm assuming you died, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
Third piece.
Oh, we listened to you all right. Worst decision of our incredibly short life. We tried to slay her, we really did, but she was going to kill us. It was either lock her in the basement or let her finish beating us to death. No comment. Well then, congratulations. You've been given another chance to actually do this right. And your solution is to send us back in there? Do you want us to slay the princess, or do you want the princess to slay us? Obviously, I want you to slay her. One of you poses a threat to the world, and the other doesn't. Anyways, I believe your other question was something along the lines of, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We were killed by the princess, and now everyone's right back where they started. Sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Speak for yourself. From my perspective, there were plenty of consequences. I'm never going to forget the way she just made us stop working. And that's only scratching the surface. If what you said is true, it begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or have you found yourself in another world altogether? If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would? If she brought an end to everything and everyone, how are we supposed to stop her? What do you want from us? I want you to succeed.
I don't want to
Fine.
kill her,
You're
but I
the
probably
only one who
should.
can.
Turn around. What happens if I turn around and leave?
This is good. I was worried you might fall for his shit again, but this is good. Whatever answers there are to be found, they aren't here, and they definitely aren't there. Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
Oh boy. Quietly continue down the path away from the cabin.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
Turn around again and leave again.
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies.
Is she adorable? What if we're more adorable than her?
Forever. But fine. You turn around and trek back down the path you came.
Wait, something isn't right. Can you still hear me? You're supposed to wind up back at the cabin again. Everything is getting... What's going on? Where are we? It's finally happened, hasn't it? We finally cracked.
The world around you is unwound. Its physical matter is replaced by textured nothingness, and it is quiet. Distinct rumbling, a sound of many sounds, undulations pulse louder as something other comes close. Feelers probe across the fabric of reality. Extremities find your consciousness and wrap themselves around it. You're no longer alive. Resistance. Fingers drag claws across the glass surface of your soul. Frustration. This vessel is full of you. I need something empty I can crawl inside of. Need something shaped like me. This is a nightmare. Embrace the thoughts! Do we... I mean, I should just wake up, but, like, I kind of want to see. Let's wake up.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her.
Is this the same as the beginning thing again? Okay. So I'm back to chapter 1.
You make your way up the shore. Warning, she will lie.
Alright, alright.
The interior of the blade is your implement.
Isn't there a skip? Do I want to take the blade this time? And then I'll just resist more?
You take the blade.
I'll sneak without saying
The
anything?
basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room. Good. You're still listening to reason.
We're just gonna go in and try to stab her.
And lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall.
Are you here
of
to
the
kill
basement.
her or something? Steal your never step forward.
Your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right?
Slay the princess.
You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation.
Okay, let's see how this plays
You
out.
feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Oh. This is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder, do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
It's like she's convinced she can't die. Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago, that arrogant look still plastered on her face. But is it over? Really over?
I feel like she has some trick up her sleeve.
It's over. You could check her sleeves if you want, but I can assure you that there's nothing hidden up there. We should make sure. What's the harm in checking for a pulse? I really don't think you should do that. And why shouldn't we? Is there something you're not telling us? I've told you everything that's happened with complete accuracy. The princess is dead. Your blade pierced her heart. There's no coming back from that.
Remove the blade? Which one of these should I pick? Fuck. All of these are bad ideas. Should I just go with the narrator?
Yes, exactly. It's over. With your work done, you make your way back up the stairs, closing the door to the basement behind you. Why do I feel like we've done something terrible? You did kill someone. Greater good or not, something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least a little bad. But it was for the greater good. One of these days that will sink in and help ease your guilty conscience. But that day isn't today. Let's just get out of here. You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away. What happened? Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry. You'll be safe here. This is good. Everyone is happy.
Okay. Let's go hoping a
This
better
isn't an
ending.
ending. In fact, now that the princess has been slain, endings are a thing of the past. No. This is the beginning of eternity. Your reward. This is what's best for everyone. Trust me. Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days, or months, or years, or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier. Psst. Hey, we're not just gonna stay here forever, right?
Do you have any idea how to get us
I
out of
do,
here?
but you're probably not going to like it. The blade. We can use the blade to get out of this. I can hear everything you say, little voice. There's only one thing it would want you to use that blade on, and I'm afraid that thing is you, dear hero. He's right. It's the only way out. Do you hear that? It wants to take this happiness away from you. It wants this wonderful place to end. Do you not? There's more for us to do, and the only way for us to do it is to take that blade and use it. Don't you dare.
You're right. I didn't like that idea. Let's just sit around
What
a while
relief.
longer.
I suppose we've got all the time in the world for you to change your mind. More happy time passes, though the word begins to lose its meaning. Time, that is, not happy. Happy still has plenty of meaning. Please, shake yourself out of it. We have to get out of here. The little voices, please, fall on deaf ears. Eventually you pass into a blissful state of pure existence. Though words like
Happy.
eventually and pass ceased to have any meaning to you long before that shift, you simply exist. Happy. Forever.
I got the good ending. I saved everyone. I like all the clapping. Spoons! Track order for a special playlist? Oh. Oh. Okay. What's Scarlet Howl? Is that a website? Other game. Okay, let's talk to the princess. Let's talk to her this time. Let's enter the basement without the blade. Oops.
Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life.
Oh, please right, skip.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
I'm here to save you. I'm here to save you. I think I'm here to slay you.
You must have the wrong address.
Great job. You've given away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone?
I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. You were joking about coming to kill me, right? Do you think you could get me out of these chains? Okay. Oh.
What's your name?
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess Princess?
Is Princess your name?
Like I said, you can call me Princess if you'd like. I'm sorry, I've been down here so long I guess I've just forgotten. I must have a name though. Everyone has a name.
Okay, that's weird. She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully you're starting to see that she can't be trusted. Go back upstairs, get the blade, and slay her before it's too late.
I don't know anything about you. For all I know, you're locked for a reason.
Of course I'm locked up down here for a reason. I don't actually know what that reason is,
Man.
but you don't just stuff a princess in a basement and throw away the key without there being some sort of an explanation, right?
You have all the explanation you need. You should know better than to trust whatever she comes up with.
Wasn't kidding when I was sent to kill you.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here for so long.
That's... How long has she been locked away?
Did they tell you how I'm supposed to end the world?
Remain silent.
They haven't shared a thing, have they? All they've done is point a finger. At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. I don't trust that, and I don't think you do either, or you wouldn't have come down here to talk.
She has a point. We're talking like this for a reason.
So this shouldn't be about what I'd do if I got out of here, or me saying the right thing to convince you to save me. This is about how messed up this whole situation is. This is my life we're talking about. Do you really think I can even end the world? Why would I even want to? We both know that if there's people we can't trust in this situation, it's whoever locked me down here, and it's whoever sent you here. And those two groups are probably one and the same.
Don't let her turn the tables here. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch, no less.
Fun person you've seen. What have you been eating or drinking?
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
This is the only time this is ever going to happen, but I agree
What?
with the princess. That's hardly relevant. Okay, but actually, what has she been eating? She has to eat, right?
I can't trust this and I'll retrieve the blade. I can't examine the chain. Keep her locked up until we get to know each other better.
That seems like a pretty good compromise.
I don't think I could bear being down here that much longer.
Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out.
So I'm the only one who liked that idea.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. It would make it easier for both of us if you'd help. But if you don't, I can promise that you'll regret that decision.
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one.
Examine the chain. Just, I don't want to go down the same route, but like, I guess maybe it's better I do, because I can at least explore to see if something else happens.
I know you think this is some kind of fair compromise, but it isn't. No one wins here.
It's a chance we'll have to take. We can make this work if we just stay here and keep watch. No one has to die.
And then she's gonna come after me, not injured.
Where are you going?
You turn your back to the princess.
Fine. Turn your back on me. But it won't be long before I slip these chains.
Uh-oh.
And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me behind.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing.
Either way, she dropped the mask, didn't she? You can still grab the blade and get back down here.
Sticking to the plan, locking her away.
It'll be the death of all of us, but fine. We'll do it your way.
You close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it
Same
with a heavy
thing.
wooden table. Okay, we can make this work.
You settle in against the far wall. It isn't long before you start to drift off. Your
I know you're still
Yeah,
there.
okay. This is the same.
These aren't threats. These are promises. Sooner or later, you're going to have to sleep. And I'll make sure you never see the light of day.
You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle
Alright.
up against the wall. Again?
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe. Shh. What? That's a shit. I think you'll find.
Alright. Proceed to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie. She will cheat. I don't think lying and cheating is a thing. She was very direct with us last time. Or at least she was direct with us after we decided to lock her away.
It doesn't matter. Don't trust anyone.
Alright. Exploring the first route thingy again.
The interior of the cabin is plain, the smooth wood of the walls almost featureless. The only furniture of note is a lone table, knocked on its side in the corner of the room. A pristine blade stands between you and the open, inviting basement doorway. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Hold on. What happened to the door? There was a door here last time. It's just an empty frame. She's already got out, hasn't she? And she's ready for us. She's been waiting. Can't you feel her eyes on us? I'm going to need all of you to pull yourselves together. The princess has not already gotten out. But if you keep getting stuck in your head like this, you're going to struggle to get the job done. So deep breath in, deep breath out. Your task awaits, and only you can do it.
You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall.
Right. I was so stuck on the eyes watching us that I didn't even notice it there. What are you two talking about? There isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the floor, and the open doorway leading to the basement. There's nothing else in here.
There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. We have to look at it. Unless that's what he wants us to do. And pretending it isn't there is a trick to get us to do exactly what he wants.
Why would you lie about the mirror?
Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? That you waste time preening yourself instead of doing what needs to be done.
Approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the empty basement door frame. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
Uh-oh.
Did he make it go away? Clearly there was something in there worth investigating if he wants it hidden so bad.
It's under the basement.
We should have taken the knife. I don't think going down there unarmed is going to do us any favors. You cross over the threshold and onto a series of isolated steps.
You're going unarmed.
Suspended in darkness. More eyes, too. You never mention the eyes. The air seeping up from below reminds you of fresh lightning and static, as if you're descending into a place that isn't meant for a creature of flesh and blood. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her cruel and playful voice prances up the stairs.
I didn't think you'd come back. We're gonna have a lot of fun, you and I.
Okay, we need a game plan. Last time we were here, just being close to her was enough to kill us.
I'm gonna talk to her.
Didn't you hear my warning a minute ago? She can't be trusted. Talking won't do you any good. Something tells me she isn't going to be very keen on talking anyway. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. As you emerge, you find yourself between two loose rows of white wooden planks suspended in nothingness. A smattering of cobblestones visible against the inky black of the basement mark where the floor should be, forming vague pathways. At what seems to be the end of the room, they diverge in opposite directions, left and right. She could be anywhere, and there's nowhere for us to hide. We're completely exposed. Are you really not going to comment on how weird this place is? No, I'm not. Somebody needs to be the voice of reason here, and it certainly isn't you. Excuse me, I'm being incredibly reasonable. You're the one who's just matter-of-factly describing whatever the hell we're looking at like it's an ordinary basement. We're going to die down here. I don't want to die again. Please stop saying that. You're only going to make things worse. Just pick a direction and start moving.
I wouldn't give it too much thought if I were you. It doesn't really matter, because either way you go, I'm going to find you.
Go right.
You turn to the right. A faintly outlined path lies before you.
There you are. I told you I was going to find you.
As the princess approaches, your legs suddenly go numb. Your arms quickly follow. This is it, isn't it?
It's almost like you want me to get you.
There has to be a way out of this. Think. Think!
What did you do? Pull yourself together. She isn't supposed to be like this.
I wonder how many times I'll get to play with you before you break.
Out as your blood begins to coagulate. It's as if every part of your being is coming to a lurching halt. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart. Your lungs pull in a desperate gulp of air as your eyes shoot back open. What are you doing? I'm working. Do you want this body to function, or do you want... And then experience stops once more as your body reapproaches death. Okay, whatever you were doing, please just start doing it again. you sure that's what you want? Or do you want to interrupt me some more? You have seconds left.
Yes, I'm sure.
Heart, lungs, liver, again, your eyes shoot open as you gasp for breath.
Uh-oh.
Can't decide what you want to do, can you? Oh well, standing there gasping like a fish is more fun than dead. Even if you look ridiculous.
She isn't attacking us. Why? The why doesn't matter. She's already proven her ill intent. Don't lose sight of your mission.
And how are we supposed to do that? We don't have a weapon. The way out of here is nowhere to be seen.
That isn't my fault.
Doesn't matter whose fault it is, because fighting her isn't an option right now.
Then you should get looking, shouldn't you?
Why won't you finish me off?
I don't want to. And even if I did, I don't have to. Look at the way you're struggling to stay alive. It's taking everything you have to keep your heart pumping right now. And I'm enjoying
Hi,
the
Zers.
show.
Princess leans forward, bringing her masked lips close to your ear.
If I want to see you die, all I need to do is break your concentration.
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart. She slowly runs her velvet glove across the base of your neck. It feels like static. And then...
Hey, snap out of it.
Okay, deep breath. Deep breath, we're fine. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart. You're back. Lungs, liver,
One
nerves,
moment,
heart,
and then
lungs,
you're
liver,
gone.
nerves,
Just
heart,
like
lungs, liver,
that.
nerves, heart,
Ah,
lungs, liver,
and there's
nerves,
the fear.
lungs, liver. She pulls away. Heart, lungs,
But that wouldn't be very fun, now would it? I've already done that.
nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
What happened if you killed me last time?
I believe while you suffocated, but that stupid cabin wouldn't let me. So I started to drag your body out with me, and then... Well, you died before I could get to the door. And then I was here, and now you're here too. I don't think I can live without you, and dead doesn't count. And as much as I love what we have going on, I have bigger plans than tormenting one poor little creature forever. I want to leave.
If you need me at last, then why did you threaten me on the stairs?
I am being nice. You're alive, aren't you? And you died of fright as soon as you saw me last time. I didn't think keeping you alive was an option. But it looks like that's not a problem anymore. At least not for me.
It's 350 here.
You seem miserable.
Well, he drives an electric car, is why he's joking.
I know. You told me last time. Destroy is such an unenlightened way of putting it. So sudden, so violent, so little nuance. I'm not going to destroy the world, but I am going to hold it in my hands and squeeze it. I'm going to make it afraid, just like I've made you afraid. The world needs fear, doesn't it? Every terror I bring would make the good times so much better. Well, I'm practically doing a public good. So what harm is there really in letting me out?
People will die if you do what you did to me.
Everyone dies eventually. They're all full of wet, writhing things, and in the end, each and every one of them gets unwound. And then those things get to become a new everybody. Just to come apart all over again. All I want is to be there for it. I want to watch it happen, and maybe do a little unwinding myself. Is that really so much to ask?
You want to work to like at least turn off this whole organ shutting down?
I am what I am. It's not my fault that you can't handle being around me.
If I refuse to let you out,
Here together until you change your mind.
Static, and a skipped beat as she touches your shoulder and whispers in your ear.
No! Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart.
Only until your heart finally gives out. And when you find myself somewhere new, and before too long, you'll be there too. That's how this all works, right? This doesn't end until you let me out. And a lot can happen before then. I'm sure I can get creative.
You don't need to be enemies. We can work together.
I'm glad you're seeing things my way.
How about I kill you instead?
Oh, that's adorable. You don't have anything that can hurt me, so do your worst.
I'm not doing anything helping you. Try your worst.
You poor deluded thing. Do you think a single moment of bravery changes you into something you're not? I am what I am, and you're always going to be a coward.
She raises a hand to her mask and pulls it down. You don't get the chance to see what lies beneath before it envelops you. Like a creeping mold, the complete reality of your existence threads its way through your mind. Birth, death, birth again, decay and bloom, a million stitches from a million microscopic wounds you've inflicted on everyone you've ever met, with every muscle you've moved and every word you've ever spoken. No.
Let me out.
Your existence hurts them.
Let me out.
A lonely soul in a room by itself, weeping. It lives for 80 years and then it's gone. And then it's there again.
Let me out.
A reprieve. A good life. Love. Children. A steady career. Recognition from your peers. Here one moment. Gone the next. The worms have found their orifices.
Let me out.
Diagnosis. It forgets everything it is. Anger. Rage. Distance. Poverty. The lonely soul is lonely again. Love turns to mockery. It dies. It is reborn. Worse. Lonelier.
Let me out.
No. What's happening to us?
Let me out.
This is all too much. I can't keep going.
You can't keep going. Well, what are you talking about?
He doesn't respond.
I think I broke you. I'll see you soon. You'll know what to do.
Body's dead, but you live on. Chapter 3. And 4 and 5 and 6 and... The moments of clarity.
You're on a path in the... Shit. What the hell was that? Who are we? What are we doing?
There was a princess.
Voice of the Broken.
It's
It's
all
here now.
so fuzzy. It hurts when I try to remember.
I think we were trying to save the world. You shouldn't know about the princess. At least, not until I... You've already been here, haven't you? I guess. It feels so long ago, almost like we've never left.
We have to let her out.
No, that's the opposite of what you're here to do. You have to slay her.
Slay. We decided not to do that, didn't we?
Yeah, we're supposed to let her out.
Opportunist.
It's really the only way this works out for us. If you think about it, she's the one with power here. Nobody else can do much of anything. No, we were supposed to keep her trapped
Stubborn.
forever. I think.
We're supposed to be unfeeling. How many many times do I have to tell you to snuff out your heart? We can't be unfeeling. Not when there's so much fear everywhere.
There's nothing for us to do. We've already tried everything. We love her, so we have to set her free.
Smitten.
Can we love something that hates us? Can we love something that hurts us? To be given an ounce of kindness from something so cruel would be more pure than any other love. Why are there so many of us? There aren't supposed to be so many of us.
This is bad. You need to get a grip. What did you let happen? How many times have you been here?
It's a good question. How many times have you all been here?
Many, many, many times.
We're gonna go in with a knife this time.
It feels like we've been here forever. It also feels like we've barely been here at all.
It doesn't matter.
Yes,
We just have to do what she says and then everything will be fine. It won't. It will be for us. She said so. You're part of everything. If things aren't fine for everything, they won't be fine for you. There's no difference between fine and not fine. It just goes on and on.
I remember being here twice before this. Some of you don't seem to remember being here at all. Was I here the other times? Did someone else make
What does
decisions?
here even mean if you really think about it? Shut up! You were here.
every single time.
You did your best, really. There's just a pecking order. And our cruel and beautiful goddess sits atop it, right where she's always belonged.
You're lucky. What I would give to be able to forget. I've tried to keep them numb, but they're all too soft. A shame, really.
Proceed to the cabin.
You slowly make your way through the umbral forest, bumping against unseen trees as you grasp through the darkness for a way forward. But eventually, you do make it to the cabin. Or rather, you make it to the place a cabin should have been. Instead, all you find is an empty hill. No, this isn't right. There's a cabin there. There's always supposed to be a cabin there.
Don't ask him about the mirror. He always says he never sees it.
He always lies.
And he always makes it gone. It's exhausting. We must be such a mess, but we never get the chance to fix ourselves. That thing is mocking us.
Stay focused. You still have a job to do, and it's best not to be distracted by fraying thoughts. There is no mirror. You know that as well as I do. She's still here, buried deep inside the earth. Just walk up the hill. You always give too much space to the others. It's why you always lose.
What's wrong with
They've
giving
been
people
hurt
space?
too much. It's why they are the way they are.
Exactly. They are delusions, and all that catering to them will do is drag you down to their level. You have to keep moving. Or you could just give up.
Approach the mirror.
You walk up the hill, hesitating just beyond the bounds of the cabin.
The cabin that isn't there. You've got to clean the mirror, haven't you? You've got to see what's in it. Smash it to pieces!
She's on the other side, and we have to let her out. It's the only way we can be free.
It's the only way we can have our thoughts back. Just go around it.
Just do something. It doesn't matter what. Exactly. I'm sure that whatever you settle on, it'll be the best possible decision you could have made.
Proceed?
Proceed to where? I'm afraid you're going to have to be a little more specific. That's a new one. Do you think it'll work? Of course it'll work. He always makes the best decisions. It's why he gets to make them. And it already has worked. It's gone, don't you see? We're one step closer to her. The interior of the cabin is much the same as the exterior of the cabin. A dull, fuzzy, dreamlike nothing. It's empty and isolating, but there's just enough vague shape and unknown texture to suggest the structure therein. Wrong and unsettling as it may be. The only object of note is a pristine blade buried in the dirt floor.
Fuck, I wanted to grab the knife, but now I'm like wondering,
Through the sediment.
if I kill the girl, am I gonna be the girl?
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you're going to do this right. Take it. It's the only way forward.
I have to take the blade. I guess there is no option.
Reach down to take the blade, but as you do, the ground beneath it shifts, the weapon sinking deep into the earth. You lean over the hole and gaze into the abyss. It is so very deep. Deep in the bowels of the earth, you see something staring back at you. It fills you with dread. It's her. She's watching us. She never stops watching us.
You really are a coward.
With every word she speaks, the princess in the pit blinks closer.
I was joking when I said that way back when. You know that, right?
Closer.
I was having some fun, and I guess I wanted to see if I could melt you.
And closer.
Watching over me forever? That was so brave.
Closer.
But forever is so long. And time erodes everything. Except for me. I've already taken your will, and you're not getting it back. All that's left is for you to take my hand and let me out. It'll be so much fun. You and me, together, exploring the world and spreading fear wherever we go. Well, mostly just me. But you'll get to be there too. A trinket that gets to stay with me all the time. Right by my side. A witness. I can even make you a little cage if you want. Gilded and everything. Now don't pose. Don't try to resist. I've already molded you into what I need. And you lost your power so long ago. Don't bother working yourself into a frenzy to get it back.
Do something. Do anything that isn't taking her hand. What are we supposed to do? She took our weapon. This really was a lost cause, wasn't it? You sealed our fate when you refused to kill her. Kill or be killed. Yes, I suppose you're right. Oh well, there's no paralysis anymore. Is it because we've already given her what she wants?
No! Is there anywhere specific I can click that's sneaky? No, I guess just take her hand.
You extend your hand to hers. For all her past cruelties, the moment feels gentle, tender even. I can't believe you just made me say that. I hate you. The motion is difficult at first, as if something still resists your efforts. But then that resistance gives way, and it's over.
And that's the end. I wonder what we're going to do next.
I didn't think I'd be so tired.
We're just exhausted slumps.
Why is it so cold?
You do not have an opportunity to respond. Something has taken her away, and it's left something else in her place.
She's gone. Yeah. I can finally think again. Almost. That mirror's back. What does that mean for us?
I'm sure it'll be whisked away just like her.
Maybe it won't be gone. Things are different now, aren't they? Doesn't seem like there's much else to do here.
Finally, we can smash it.
Oh, you stop with the smashing.
I don't think there were any choices, so just overwrite that.
What do we say, boys? One last vain attempt to look at ourselves.
We're gonna be her.
Yeah. I think I'd like that.
Seems we've got a majority. All that's left is to give it a look.
Well, I did not look at that. What's the truth that you must
Something
witness?
tells me that this is the end of the line. But I don't feel bad about it. I'm ready. It feels okay. It feels gone. I'm done fighting. My heart feels quiet. The game was always going to end. I'll be free of all of you. I'm ready for the truth. I'm ready to sleep.
I'm just ready to be anywhere that isn't here. Boys, it's been an honor.
Okay, there wasn't probably a thing. It's time to reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's you. You're alone in a place that's empty. It's quiet here. Proceed to the cabin. You're at the cabin. Approach her.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
I'm a person.
A person. A set of eyes witnessing from one perspective. I think that you are more like me than you are like a person. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
Gift of a fragile vessel?
Nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond. Perspectives to make my own. This one is filled with sadness. A doll, abandoned to the company of her darkest impulses. She desires only companionship, but the only thing she knows is how to hurt. She will make for a tender heart. Do not mourn her. She has finally found her way home.
Son of our world?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
Do you know the narrator?
You are the only thing I have ever known. The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
Are you what sent me to slay the princess?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
Let's make a double save here, because... Are you the princess?
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
But were you always the princess?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
Attack her! Real cuts across the enemy, but nothing happens.
My roots burrow in an ocean beyond your sight. We cannot harm each other as we are now.
Destroy my body? What happens now?
Nothing as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Set to slay the princess from her destroy in the world. If I help you, what
You ask of things that cannot be done.
are you going to do?
To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
You're being semantic.
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated.
And what if I don't let you do it?
Then we will be here forever, as we are now. Unfinished, dry, hollow.
I'm not going back and wait.
If you need time, then I'll wait with you.
Wait forever.
You are as I am now, and forever is a long time to remain undone. I am not you, but I know that I would return before forever was finished. What textures will you weave for yourself to occupy forever? Will you place the images of you and I into a box for safekeeping? If you close that box, will you become another you in another world? An imaginary pattern repeating itself until it can no longer bear the weight of its hand-drawn cage. You'll always come back to the box, because you'll always want to know what it means to be you. I will be here waiting by your side until you're ready to return to mine.
Oh, my game crashed. I'm not sure if that's intentional or not. How do I view the achievements? There's, holy shit, there's a lot of achievements. I have 5 achievements right now, and like 3 of those were for just progressing through chapters. And there's
You have
90.
returned to me,
Oh,
though you were gone mere moments. I never left your side.
okay, that was an intentional crash. Ah, how much will I forget? Aren't you scared I'll find a way to
I
kill?
have not lived. I am not afraid to die. Everything, until we meet again. More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite.
Okay, make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Everything goes dark and you die. Bring the moment of clarity to her.
You're on a path in the woods.
Alright, so let's try doing the stabbing and then checking her pulse this time.
You take the... Good. You're still listening to reason. You lunge forward with...
I feel like she has some sort of trick.
It's over. We should make sure. I really... And why... I've told...
Remove the blade. Remove the blade.
You lean down and wrap your hand around the blade's hilt. But as you begin to slide it out of its resting place, you feel a sharp and sudden jab in your side. What was that?
I guess I won't be dying alone after all.
Quick, let's get out of here. It's too late for that now. You collapse to the ground as the mortally wounded princess twists a blade of her own deeper between your ribs. As you fall, she falls with you, exhausted by the effort, the little life that was left in her eyes fading rapidly.
An eye for an eye. A life for a life. I guess we're even now. See you around.
You were so close. Why did you hesitate? It doesn't matter. At least you managed to take her with you. For whatever that's worth. Everything goes dark, and you die.
No. Ooh, this is a different chapter too.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Rise to the
I can
princess.
assure you that you didn't slay her, and that she didn't kill you. People don't just spring back to life after dying, and the two of us are meeting for the very first time. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
This whole thing's a crock
Voice of the
shit.
cheated.
She's just going to pull a knife out of nowhere and stab us again.
Stabbed to death. And you won't have to worry about that. The princess is unarmed.
Yeah, that's exactly what you told us last time. You said this whole thing would be easy, but after we sank our blade into her heart, she just got up and started stabbing us.
Calm down. I assure you she has no weapons. So there's no reason to fear her. You were made for this job. You'll do just fine. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
He couldn't be more on the money. But we're really doing this, aren't we? I'd say you're lost, but I'm stuck here with you.
We know what to look out for this time. We know to be careful.
Huh.
Just stay focused and you'll be fine. The interior of the cabin is a jagged mess of warped wood and broken boards, their splintered edges as uninviting as shattered glass.
Oh, that's
The only
cute.
furniture of note is a pointed table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
We're taking the knife,
The
going in.
blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Feels a bit better to have a weapon in our hands. Let's make her for what she's done.
Yes! Let's ignore the mirror.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what must once have been stairs. The fractured slats look as if they've been torn from their source and violently jammed into the wall. The air seeping up from below has an almost metallic quality to it, like the smell of fresh blood. You can hear what sounds like the rhythmic scraping of metal coming from down below. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
That's right. Scraping. I told you she has something. I told you.
That sound could be anything. It's probably just her chains dragging across the floor. I am begging you to get out of your head. Her grating voice carries up the stairs.
I need to play Stanley Parable still.
I hope you've come to rescue me. I've been stuck down here forever.
There is something so wrong with that voice.
Yeah, she thinks she's better than us. Like she doesn't even have to put on an act this time.
Yo, I like this voice that cheated. This guy knows what's up.
As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view, her sharp eyes following you from across the room. I wonder if she remembers us.
Finally, somebody! Quick, get me out of these chains. We're not safe here.
Come on now, we're not falling for that, are we? She's trying to trick us, but she can't hide that threatening edge to her voice. She just wants us to get close, to let our guard down.
If she sounds threatening, it's because her mask is already slipping. She knows why you're here. You are armed, after all.
What are you waiting for? You are here to rescue me, right?
If I'm close, you're just gonna stab me. I'll let you out of here if you drop the knife.
A knife? What are you talking about? I don't have a knife. Where would I keep a knife?
Where would I keep a knife?
And why would I stab you to death? I don't know you. You haven't given me a reason to stab you to death. It would be so silly of me to cut you open and look at your insides.
I like this one.
Okay, I could have sworn we didn't mention stabbing anyone to death.
Sounds like she's really out for blood. Fortunately for you, she isn't armed.
But we don't have anything to talk through. We're strangers and this place is cramped and annoying and you should just come over here and let me out.
I have absolutely zero doubts that she is going to stab us.
Who likes bad ideas?
She certainly feels threatening. Just because she's acting like she's going to stab you doesn't mean she has the means to actually do it.
Do you know who is armed?
Hey, I got the good ending though.
So stop second-guessing yourself and do your job.
But I'm
I killed her at the beginning.
All the more reason to jump into the deep
And
end
stayed in
and deal with
prison
her right
forever.
now before you waste any more time.
It
getting
said it was
stuck
the
in
good
my
ending,
head.
with its MS Paint. Alright, there's a lot of dialogue things in here. I wanted to hear the dialogue. I need to hear the dialogues. Prove you don't have a knife.
It would be so much easier to prove that I do have a sharp object. I could just show it to you, but I don't have one, so I can't.
That's some pretty sound logic.
The princess
Oh,
smiles
shit.
as she pulls her hands from behind her back.
Doesn't mean she doesn't have one.
But look at this! Hands! Hands that don't have anything in them to stab you with!
You know that's some solid logic.
Her smile stretches into an even wider grin as she shakes her sleeves.
And empty sleeves, too! Look at how few stabbing implements I have. It's practically zero.
Yeah, Brad. How do you beat that logic? If I come close to you, you aren't just gonna stab me.
What? No! No! I wouldn't stab you! I am just a sweet, innocent princess trapped here for no reason.
She's giving me no reason to doubt her.
And you are a brave knight who's supposed to walk up to not stabbing distance to help me.
How many more times does she have to vaguely threaten you before you finally decide you're ready to deal with her? We're clearly still figuring out our angle. We don't have the luxury of watching this from a distance. Oh, I'm sorry. Do you think I'm in a position of luxury right now?
I don't know. So far, the not stabbing's got like
Acting like you are.
20 points, and the stabbing's got 1.
My entire world is at risk. And maybe
For
you should
arguments.
act with a little more humility. A bit of self-deprecation would go a long way. No, I have my dignity. Fine, and will continue to treat you exactly how you deserve to be treated.
Thank you, Trusty Bear. I don't have the key.
Oh, you don't. Okay, I see. idea. You should come over here and stare directly at the chains. You won't be able to find a key if you don't know what it's supposed to look like, so you better come right within close staring distance just to be sure.
She's making a lot of good arguments to come close.
I think I've said my piece at this point.
I think we all have. But if you want to keep exhausting your questions, it beats getting stabbed to death.
Look, I know you're thinking about bygones be bygones.
But I'm not mad at you, so please stop standing so far out of reach. Okay, I'm bored now.
She's bored?
That's absurd. She doesn't get to be bored. Not in a way that matters. She's a prisoner. She's... shit.
Oh.
In a sudden burst of movement, the princess leaps towards you, a blade
That's
of
cheating!
lightning from her free arm, her wrist limp and empty from the violent expulsion. Huh. So I guess she did have a knife of her own after all.
How conciliatory of you. We appreciate it, really. Now what are we going to do?
At least we're safe here. She's still in chains. And those chains stop her from continuing her advance, at least for a moment. She looks down at them with
Time to
something
stab.
between annoyance and confusion.
We need a stab.
And then she slices through her arm.
Okay, maybe we aren't safe here.
She doesn't even hesitate before darting towards you with a terrifying speed you can't hope to outpace.
Ah, shit.
Okay, she's down an arm and we still have a weapon. I guess we'll have to use it. And use it you do. But unfortunately for you and for the entire world.
Dang it. I should have just went in and looked at the chain.
You keep pace with her for a single brief and wordless exchange before she severs your hand and, with it, your only line of defense.
She's much better at this than she was last time.
Yeah, it's unreal. Bloody cheater.
I'm going to kill you now.
With a squelch, she does just that. Everything goes dark, and you die.
See, I blame Brad for saying walking in there was a bad idea. I didn't even get to walk in. I saved my
On a
distance.
path in the woods.
No, fuck that. If we're gonna have to keep doing this over and over and over again, we're not starting in that goddamn woods every time. We're starting in the fucking cabin.
You're what? The interior?
I feel
Whoops.
dizzy.
I clicked.
Oh ho ho ho! I guess I took us to the cabin, didn't I? Isn't that interesting? Who holds the cards now?
Nobody. Nobody holds the cards. That's how it's always been. That's unfortunately how reality works. The circle's getting smaller and smaller. Running isn't an option anymore. We have to fight.
What's the point of fighting if she's just going to win every time? It hurts being sliced to pieces. We're better off just sitting up here and doing nothing.
Great. So obviously you've already been here. How many times? This is our third? No wonder things have fallen apart. You do realize that every time you fail, she escapes and an entire world is damned to destruction, right?
That can't be right. That's too much responsibility.
I couldn't agree more. We couldn't be trusted with the fate of a single person, let alone the fate of the world.
Let's just stay focused, shall we? The only furniture of note is a bent metal table, a pristine blade perched.
We take it.
Okay, sure, you take the blade before letting me finish telling you it's there. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. This feels right. We just have to keep our senses sharp.
That's right, we've got to be able to win eventually.
And what if we never do?
Don't be like that. I know things are hard right now, but we gotta stay positive. If they're confident, then I'm confident. So, are you just going to stand there, or are you going to head to the basement like you're supposed to? I'd love to get started just as much as you would, but how are we supposed to get down there?
You walk through the door. You do know what doors are, right? There isn't a door, there's just that mirror.
They're adorable.
It isn't a mirror. You really messed things up, didn't you? It's like you can't even see reality anymore. I can feel the air coming up from behind it, stinking of iron and steel. He might be right. Could be a trick. If I...
Oops. I accidentally clicked early. Well, I can only
Make your
approach
way
the
to
mirror.
the door at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it. You really must think you're looking at a mirror. Well, it doesn't exist. Just reach forward and open it.
Let's just move it out of the way without looking. I don't want to see us. I'm sure we all look awful after dying twice.
Damn.
Let's just fumble for the handle and be done with it. I don't care what we look like. I care about getting to the end of this mess. You reach forward and place your hand on the door to the basement. It creaks open. And the mirror's gone. How surprising. It was never there. Just an illusion. Guess it's time for us to see her again. Just stay focused and you'll be fine. You step forward, but you don't get a chance to linger on the basement stairs. They are smooth and flat and metallic, an unintentional and unfortunately slippery ramp that quickly sends you skittering to the bottom.
Your body tumbles
Ah!
to the basement
She's
floor,
chained up
and
again.
The form of the princess comes into
Hope we can
view,
chat again.
Standing at a distance, she gives you a
Hi. It looks like you don't have a way out, so I'm not going to play dumb anymore. But don't worry about how bad you did last time. That's part of the fun.
Fun for her, maybe. I didn't like dying all over again.
Thinking about dying makes us as good as dead. The only thing that matters is survival.
Actually, does survival matter? We've died twice and nothing bad has come of it. We just need to find a way to win once.
Nothing bad. has
Voice of
come
the
it
cheated is the
yet.
best voice of reason.
Plenty bad has come of it. You've left at least one entire world to ruin. The people there mattered.
The past isn't real. There's only here and now.
Your internal being
okay.
is cut short by the wet sound of slicing meat. From the princess's arms erupt twin blades, glistening with her blood, the empty flesh of her arms flopping at her elbows like torn sleeves. The chain clatters to the floor. She's loose, and she is coming for you.
You're going to make me walk over to you, aren't you?
Shit. She's coming for us, and I'm out of ideas.
There's no reason we can't talk this out. I'm gonna try flirting with her. All these ideas suck. Let's think about something better. Can I save? I can't. Can I? I can. I kind of want to see how some of these play out. Let's appeal to her with authority.
She isn't one to talk, and we shouldn't be either.
He's right. I don't think we can talk this out. I think she wants to kill us.
Exactly. I think she established that at some point between stabbing us to death and directly telling us just now that she was going to kill us.
You were the one who asked for ideas.
Fine. Talk our way out of this. Maybe that's the answer.
Now, the thing I wonder is, do you got Winter and Oliver? How about we stop fighting and team up? We gonna let you be in charge? What if we join forces? Let you be in charge.
Oh, for the love of...
The princess stops for a moment, mulling over your deranged proposition.
Nah, not interested. And don't take it the wrong way. I think you're neat, but I'm having way too much fun to stop.
Oh.
We should coil ourselves. She's about to pounce.
We're screwed. Again. I'll see you all when we die.
But before you can finish another thought, the princess closes the distance and... Dodge, now. Fails to hit you.
Oh, you're a fast one. That's fun. But I think I can get even faster.
I'm going to be quiet for a bit now. Let me know when we die again.
You dodge and parry in an endless repeating pattern, but you can only keep it up so long before making a mistake. The pattern breaks for just long enough. She skewers you.
Ow.
Wow. She is absolutely uncompromising, isn't she? I know it seems weird, but if anything, this makes me want her to like us even more. Oh, a new one of us.
Opportunist.
I thought that only happens when we die. Did we die? You're on a... No, you're in a... Where the hell are you? I think we're dead. And that's all we'll ever be. Dead, 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 dead. Stop saying dead, all of you. We might have died a second ago, but right now we're extremely not dead. This is all horribly wrong. How many times have you been here? This is 4. No wonder everything's such a mess. This wasn't supposed to go past 1.
I wonder what you're going to do next. You're so full of ideas, and I love that.
I love that you love that.
But I guess we don't have time to talk about things before the princess advances. Okay, whatever we do gets us another us. Let's see how many we can stack. There's got to be a point where it makes us better than her. As long as we keep moving. Oh, great. So it's going to get even more crowded. Even more deluded voices that think we might stand any kind of chance. Flawless idea, if you ask me. Such a go-getter attitude.
Come on, show me something new.
All these suck. Ideas suck. Let's think of something better. It doesn't work. She kills you again, 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 again. Memory blurs. Oh.
None of this is working. Think. Think. She skewers you. Well, there's more of us. Let's see if that helps. We just have to hit her harder. She skewers you.
You'll have to be trickier than that.
Then you skewer yourself.
I thought we both understood that dying doesn't get you anywhere.
Huh. That didn't do much of anything. We're tougher than I thought. Compliment her on those...
Hi, Fumo.
blades. There's nothing better than a capable woman. She skewers you.
You're cute.
Aww. She thinks you're cute, Fumo. Be careful.
It doesn't matter how many times this takes, we can't give up. Okay, let's go again. Just panic. Flee. She skewers you.
No, you don't get to escape. That's not how this works.
See? We're getting better. Okay, yeah. That was a good one. She's going to kill this body either way. So stop feeling what it feels. She skewers you.
Ooh, not bad. Real tough.
We're getting close to something. Can't you feel it? One last time. You're right. One last time. That's all we need. And then everything goes dark. And you die.
Chapter 4. Mutually Assured Destruction.
You're on a... Don't lose your head. We're in a cabin and we'll take it.
Let me save and let me load to see if any of these choices actually did anything different. Let's just do... We're fighting her.
Okay, she's... Well, if bad...
Brilliance?
Yeah, no more moping. We're gonna fight her, and we're blade poised to strike you sharp.
Oh, so you do want to fight, huh?
Here goes. Yes. And what if when the princess exchange a flurry of blows, finally you see it. It's a trick. No, screw that. Ow! And you do take it. But as you close in, trick. What? From where? From her knee, apparently.
Oh, there's this different! Fuck!
Oh, too slow.
Oh, that's bullshit. Bloody unfair.
And now I'm kind of annoyed I loaded.
Unfortunately, for the sake of the world, Ow!
Ribbons! I'm going to make you ribbon.
It would have worked if we just... Oh, a new one of us. I thought that only happens when we... You're on it. I think we're dead. Stop saying
It's the
dead,
same as
all
before?
of you.
Okay, this is the same
We
as
might have
before.
died a second ago, but right now
Maybe?
we're extremely not dead. Yeah, I'll pass on that. As long as we
Oh, this
keep
is
moving.
different.
Oh, great. So it's going to get even...
Come on, show me something new.
We're gonna fight her again? Supposed to do again.
Jeez. Well, there's then you skewer yourself. Completely right. He skewers you, and then
Okay. Load. I want to see what. I mean, I could go this. Don't let ourselves feel it. Let's. She goes this by. So these are all the options that I went through already, right?
No. We're dead. Screw it. We've already done. Who cares? Fine.
Oh, this is new. What are you going
Then you skewer. Ow. Are we still here? Can we? Huh. That didn't do much. Oh, and I thought that only. You're on it. No, you're in it. Where the?
Come on, show me something new.
Okay, yeah, these are all just one little flavor dialogue things right now.
Don't lose your head. We're in a cabin and we'll.
Alright, let's continue.
Everything feels like it finally fits, doesn't it? We're up here, which is different, and different is good. And our steel claw is already in our hand. Ho-ho! What if? Throw it out the window. Over my dead body.
That won't be very hard. We've died a lot. But I can't say I mind anymore.
Besides, what better way to die so very many times than at the sharp hands of a beautiful woman?
Sure, I can think of a better way to die. They're all the same, really. How about we stop thinking about horrible ways to die? I don't want us to accidentally manifest anything. The only thing we're gonna manifest is finally ending up on top. There are entirely too many of you. How many times have you been here? This isn't good. This is... How about you stick to describing things, and we'll stick to doing them? Yeah, leave it to the pros. We'll notch up that win in no time.
Narrator, we heroically stride through the door and towards our destined final encounter with our star-crossed lover.
Fine by me. You walk to the door and onto the basement stairs, only
It's more of a slide.
we know. Fine, I'll just shut up then and speed this whole thing along. Are you sure you don't want me to describe the stairs, or this room, or anything? It feels like I'm hardly a part of this. Don't care, just want to win. Fine.
Yeah, just top left, whatever.
You know, this last time I killed you, and you didn't pop right back up again? I thought I'd actually done it. I thought I'd cut you into so many pieces you just weren't able to stitch yourself back together. But I guess we're not done. That's okay with me. It's good even. I like that. I got something ready for you while you were gone. Do you want to see it?
Yeah, what? Is it you got blades through your boobas?
I'm not going to wait for an answer. I'm just going to show you. It's worth it though. Just you wait. And not for very long, because I'm going to do it right now.
Or is she taking her mask off? Like the last.
Are you gonna say
route.
what she does? Do you want me to talk now? Well, yeah, she says she has something new. I want to hear about the new thing. Yeah, me too. I think I speak for all of us when I say that I would like to hear you describe her new thing. Really? Okay then.
Here we go. Now.
The princess's skin twists, splitting
Oh.
into red blooms of raw meat as it stretches and tears. Then it erupts. It becomes a wave of blood and viscera, pieces of her splattering against the walls. All that remains in the center of the room is a skeleton of blades. A heart.
Yeah, how do you fight this?
In its cage of a chest.
Are you ready for what comes next?
Holy shit!
She's gorgeous.
Absolutely divine.
Yes, behold the perfect woman. Do you think we can throw her out the window? That looked painful. How is she still alive? Heart's still beating, that's all she needs. This is fake. This is all fake. That's all just made up. She doesn't even have a back anymore. How are we supposed to stab her in it?
This is all just a sick joke. I hate existing.
We're screwed. I quit. I'm done. Forget it.
No! Voice of the cheated, you're the voice of reason!
Alright,
This is all
what just happened? It's so quiet.
Oh, we have to our mind? Him too. Oh.
Something feels different about you. It almost makes me feel different. Like I should actually take this seriously for once.
You do not act, and yet through that inaction of your body, your body moves on its own. Princess strikes as you approach, but her blow finishes its arc, and you're ready somewhere else.
You're incredible.
Then clash again and again, and you and her enter a rhythm of free of thought, free of self. It's only the dance, the ebb and flow, the shifting of tides back and forth between you. The deeper you fall into your play, the faster your hearts pound, and the faster momentum valleys between you. Endlessly building crescendo, and then an opening. Your blade strikes free of volition, and her strikes too. Both strikes are lethal, neither of you will survive, but neither of you fear what's to come. It's a good ending. Now I get to see each other die, or will you ever? It's time for you to leave. Memory returns. You approach the mirror, gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward, they're gone, but the mirror remains. Time to see what's in it. The bloat? You've grown. You find yourself in the long quiet again. See to the cabin. Near the cabin. Approach her.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets.
Uh-oh. That's a lot less cute looking. And more than I was before.
Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
You're the same being as before? How much have you changed?
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
How does it feel like to change like this?
Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together. It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
When this is all done, do you know what you want to do?
With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am. What I am is different from what I was. I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed. But in this moment, all I want is to know myself and to know you.
You know at the end of this, once you're finished, I'm going to kill you, right?
There is still much to be seen. Neither of us know the depths of our being. Perhaps at the end of this, I will be the one to kill you. Or perhaps we will leave this place together and find new horizons to discover.
What do you want me to bring next time?
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them. My joy is in seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets.
You've been kinder to me than anyone else I've met. Why?
Why wouldn't
Doesn't seem
I
very
be
true.
kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
How many more vessels do I need to bring?
If I am to be an ocean, you have nurtured me into a pond, My waters are shallow and murky, and I yearn for more perspective. You will have your rest in due time, and I am sorry for the burdens I place on you.
I won't hurt you, but more times I go back, the worse I fear things will be.
The vessels are shaped by memories of you, but their impulses are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them, you are a gate to something more, and any hurt you've caused them is understood as a fair price for freedom. But they are only thoughts and perspectives. They are not me. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before.
No, there's only one more big route to go right now, and that's just to be nice to her, I
I
feel.
would be alone and without sensation.
I've tried
I could not
leaving.
feel the joy of having you by my side.
I've tried attacking
I
her.
would not know
Now I
your
can try to sex her. You know, I don't know what destroy your body actually does. Because it wasn't an option last time. I don't know if it's just like, it doesn't work.
There's nowhere for you to be but here.
Okay. Kind of what I figured.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Everything goes dark and we all die. Bring the razor
You're
full
on a
to her.
path in the woods, and at the end of that path, don't mention it. It's all part of the job. You make your way. The interior. How many times do I have to tell you how?
Alright, we're here to
Wait,
save her.
really? You're here to rescue me? I would come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
Alright, she's gonna seduce, kill us, I guess.
Walk down the stairs.
Question is, do we
look
play
eyes.
tough to get before you rescue?
There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the fire.
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone?
I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
Don't do it. If she gets out of the...
Let's just, I'll see what I can do. Examine the chains. Let's just go right
Only
in.
making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
If you don't have the key, do you have any ideas?
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance.
Uh-oh.
If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free.
You attempted to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut.
Oh,
You
shit.
hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
Is someone else here?
Try the door?
You try the door, but it's locked from the outside.
Turn to the bottom?
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely
Oh!
raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf.
Not what I was expecting.
As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
Save the princess.
Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm.
I like how she's like nonchalant.
Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Approach the locked door.
We won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
Oh, this is rude. Warner.
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Box.
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to
I
sink
warned
into
her.
heart.
Hi, Micro.
But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
Resist.
The blade. Move the blade. As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
Wait, she has her arm back? No, she doesn't. Okay, it's hard to tell.
We both know this isn't you.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake. For her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone. Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
B guys.
I'm sorry.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not, though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound. It won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of
Menacing.
fog down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like this, right? Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark. And you die.
The Damsel, Chapter 2.
You're on a path in the woods. And at the end of that path is you're here to slay her.
Alright. You're in for it now, you bastard. Mine's for your tricks.
My
Hey, take.
tricks? What on earth are you talking about? We just met for the first time. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he? If we're going to save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about it.
Our beloved?
Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess. Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love, and the four of us will be foiling any and all assassination attempts you
Four?
have in the works.
We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. Sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek.
What can I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving.
A warning. Before you go, she will lie.
We already told you we're not playing along with your little game.
I think we've already been over this.
I do, but I
Sure, yeah, don't pay their bickering any mind.
Alright, what's the cabin gonna look like now?
The interior of the
Yo.
cabin is clean and elegant. Its stone
Fancy
walls
looking.
draped in fine threaded tapestries. A prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Let's just enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight. But it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
her voice, it's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I've held my tongue
Uh-oh.
till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning.
Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall.
My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment.
You know she can't hear you, right?
She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit.
Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing.
And she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it? Waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence. You've been here before.
That's right, villain, and you killed us.
Well, she killed us.
Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty.
And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time. We damned a whole world, but everything reset. Nothing resets. You're just somewhere else. You can't keep hopping between worlds forever, especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you. This is horrible.
Horrible for you, maybe, but we've been given another opportunity to sweep her off her feet and treat her like the lady she is.
Now, hold on. If she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure we want to rescue her?
We never saw a world end, and now I'm even more certain that we must chase our heroic and romantic destiny than I've ever been. I shan't let anyone convince us otherwise.
Are you listening to him? He's lost it. Don't let him distract you. Just do your job.
You killed us last, They didn't bring a knife.
I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and indeed, we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her right out with no harm done.
What? No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains. Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with. Am I the only one here who thinks that's weird?
She didn't care last time. Why should she care this time? That's our stoic, smiling angel.
No, you're right. It's extremely bizarre behavior and further evidence that she's a monster who's not to be trusted. So go ahead and slay her. If another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
She took that in stride, to a surprising extent. An almost unsettling extent, actually.
I don't know. I was gonna go the simp route, but
Because she's perfect.
I'm gonna dip out
Do you
maybe.
think she has someone like him telling her what to do? She doesn't. There's no one else like me.
I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence.
Oh, I guess I do have to rescue her. Did you end the world after you killed me?
I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
Isn't that just like our darling princess? She wants to make us happy. My heart melts further with every word that passes through her beautiful lips.
Are you listening to her? That's a confession.
No, I don't want the world to end.
Then I didn't end the world.
See? She didn't confess anything. She is innocence itself.
I'm not so sure.
What happened after I died?
You died, and now we're talking.
Well, let's rescue her.
I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, I'll... You'll what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her? I would if you had a weapon.
Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought.
You wouldn't.
I would.
I'd listen to it if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings. And doesn't the world end if we don't stop her? You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed. I can't believe it. But I guess I have to.
I told you, there's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh. If only you had a weapon, one one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back, and everyone out there would be saved. Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon. Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
What do we do now?
What do you want to do?
Let me guess. End the world? Spoken with the rank cynicism of someone who has never felt love in his heart.
I don't actually know. Nobody's ever asked me what I wanted before.
She doesn't even know what she wants. You may have had her all wrong. What if this whole thing is just a misunderstanding? What if she doesn't want to end the world? You're so gullible. Is the only thing you've ever doubted the actual truth?
I think I want to leave. And I think...
The princess closes her eyes in deep reflection. And then she shrugs.
I don't know. What do you want to do?
We can figure out the rest later.
That sounds perfect.
The princess takes your hand, the last hopes of the entire world slipping through your fingers as they intertwine with hers. We have each other. We don't need the world for our happy ending. I like to think that you do, actually. Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made and this is happening. You don't have to mope about it. I will mope about it, because moping is the only recourse you love-blind fools have left me with. You and the princess walk up the stairs hand in hand. Look at the way she's smiling at you. She doesn't have to be so happy about this. And what happens after we walk up the stairs? Let's see. Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams in your face and the lock clicks. That's a familiar move. Did I do that last time? Then you should know that you won't be able to leave.
Oh no! Did someone lock us in here? That's not fair. We're supposed to leave now.
She's right. It isn't fair. But the unfairnesses of the world are no match for the strength of true love. Enough with this true love nonsense. You just met her. Of course you wouldn't understand. Our passions run deeper than anything you have ever known. Are you listening to this? You don't have to go along with the every whim of that delusional voice. I'm just along for the ride at this point.
Open the door? We can do it if we try together.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it.
Like a pair of teenagers in love, you and the princess place your hands on the door. Together. Blech. And... the lock clicks and the door creaks open. Are you kidding me? I told you our love was insurmountable. You and the princess make your way upstairs and the blade.
I'm not doing that.
You're enjoying this, aren't you? You're taking every opportunity you can to draw out the end of the world and make me suffer. I hate you.
That's the way out. We're going to leave together, just like you wanted.
Yes, I suppose you are going to do that, aren't you? You cross the room, opening the door to the cabin, and then you step out.
And?
A happy ending at last.
We did it. What should we do now?
Where did everything go? Where did he go? Oh, is he gone? I hadn't noticed. I was too busy staring deep into our beloved's eyes.
I'm cold. Is being happy supposed to be so cold?
She's cold. Quick, our feathers. Pluck them all and weave her a coat worthy of a princess.
Rip her. You didn't get the chance to make that, Jack? Don't worry ever. It's ever you leave. Memory returns.
Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
Of course you
What
should.
is that
Send for
supposed
you,
to
but
mean?
not for me.
Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels so much worse now. Do it then. End us all before I die of a broken heart.
Push the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Withered? Find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. Approach her.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction, a mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
Can't be a contradiction. They know exactly.
And yet my waters flow and my streets bustle. There are no words that can describe me into non-existence. There is no logic that can bind my multitudes. I am everything that you have known me to be, but I am also none of it.
Many times I go back, at least one of us always hurts the other. That doesn't that change you?
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
Not really. It all seems so distant as soon as I'm near you.
It does seem small from here, and the more we journey, the smaller each of those steps will be. But that doesn't make any of them less special.
What do you think of this vessel?
This one is soft and delicate. You molded her to love you, and she'll make for a gentle heart. Do not mourn her. She has served her purpose.
What vessels do I need to bring to you?
We will know when we near our destination.
Near the end of this, you know what happens to the worlds we leave behind.
My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen.
So what? We can try to love her and stab her? The same thing we just did, but take the dagger and try to kill her?
And my attention is turned inward. Except when you are. Perhaps this will change when our work is done.
You still not care what I bring next?
I care about your gifts, but I have no preferences to burden you with. I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Alright, so let's try loving her and then stabbing her.
How many times?
Okay, I'll be here.
You attempt to make your... You...
Oh, I can't warn her now?
Okay, there's no going back now. You bring the blade down to strike at the princesses, but she's fast. She ducks to
I
the
can't
floor,
warn
your
her.
blade
I was gonna
narrowly
try to kill her in
grazing
the second
backside.
loop
Slay-
We
area.
could have gotten out of here together. Were you just lying to me this whole time?
Oh, shit!
I don't know what's come over you, but if I have to kill you, then I'll kill you. Do you think I need both of my arms to do that?
She pounces on you with the same animal ferocity she used to tear through her arm. But you have a weapon. You raise the blade, digging it under her ribs, aiming directly for the heart. It's not enough to stop her. You feel her claws in your throat, then her teeth, somehow sharp enough to pull apart your flesh and sinew with ease. You collapse to the floor, your body unresponsive as your blood pools on the ground beneath you. She stares down at your ravaged form, eyes shining in the darkness, dress stained in red as her blood and yours both seep into the fabric. If we're lucky, the wound you managed to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, it will kill her before she can reach the outside world. It can't just end like this, right? As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. I'm sorry, but it's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The Witch, Chapter 2.
You're on a path
That's a different one.
in the woods. You're here to slay
Who's
her.
the second voice now?
A warning. She will love. Don't worry. You can trust
Opportunist?
us to get the job done. The interior of the cabin is a mess of twisted roots. The walls a chaotic weave of knotted wood that, almost as if by accident, just happens to resemble a room. The floor is damp and earthy, and the only furniture of note is a slab of mud in the shape of a shelf, with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Let's just enter the basement normally.
No blade. Hope you know what it'll always be here if we need it. Sure, that was also true last time and we still died, but we definitely know what we're doing this time. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase dug into the muddy earth below. The ceiling is thick with roots that hang like locks of tangled hair. The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. It shines in the darkness like some kind of massive maw waiting to swallow you up into the earth. The air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with each intake of breath. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice skitters up from below.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite. I recognize that voice as easily
Hello.
as I recognized your nervous little footsteps coming up the path. I know who you are, and I remember what you've done.
She must have you confused with someone else. She seems friendly enough. Maybe we can talk our way out of this whole situation. You can't. Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end the world. There's no reasoning with what she is. Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say before making any big decisions? Do you want to hear what everyone has to say? Or do you just want to hear yourself talk? You need to stop lingering. Your task is to slay the princess, not endlessly debate about what to do with the princess. Fine, fine. You're the
Thanks for
boss.
lurking, Kiri.
Thank you. You
Oh.
descend the basement steps,
She looks different.
entering the dark room below. You can just make out the shape of the princess in the gloom. She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright and glaring from amid the thick roots.
And there you are, once again seeming to offer a helping hand while quickly hiding the other behind your back. Fine, I'll play along for now. What do you want?
She's acting like the two of you already know each other. Oh, no. You've already already been here, haven't you? That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out? Call it deductive reasoning. Well, you seem to be great at it. Do you remember us then? Do you remember last time? No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste time fighting you on something that's clearly true. I'm just glad we could put all this behind us. Is it all behind us? Just focus on the task at hand. I don't care if you've been here before, and I don't care if you think you'll go somewhere else after this. My world is on the line right now, so I'd appreciate it if you would take this seriously and slay her. Let's chat her up a bit first. Maybe we can find a middle ground where everyone's happy. Don't talk to her. You're just going to make things more difficult than they have to be.
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
My Mard, that's a gesture of goodwill, so why don't we talk it out?
You came to me with empty hands last time, too. But that didn't mean you hadn't been plotting something nasty all along. What you did showed me as much.
But we didn't plot anything. We just made an informed decision based on the information we had at the time. I think you're both making perfectly valid points. Sure, we didn't plot anything, but it's easy to see how she might think we did.
Oh,
Can you get
of
them out of
course.
the
They're
them on the
nothing
road?
to me.
The princess grins as the chains fall from her wrist. She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little...
That sneaky little...
A woman after my
Sambu
own
Brad.
heart, really. She knows how to hold her cards close to her chest. This is why she can't just be abandoned here. If left to her own devices, she'll find a way out. Now stop her.
The cabin lets prying little beasts like you come as you please, but it insists I stay where I am. That binding I shed is just a symbol of the crueler magic at work in this place. If I'm to leave, I'm to leave with you, and you alone.
Because you killed Shadow off. Okay, let's leave.
Yes, let's.
She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time until you and she are face to face. She never breaks eye contact, even as the two of you find yourselves face to face. She's silent for a long moment, as if testing to see what you'll do now that she's within arm's reach.
After you, darling. You're the one it lets come and go. It's best if I follow.
She looks like a
Oh no,
furry
we can't have that. If anyone
dragon
is going to
thing.
turn their back on anyone else, she's going to turn her back on us. It shouldn't matter who leads and who follows. We're working together here. Well, if it doesn't matter, then she can go first. We may be in this together. That doesn't mean we have to trust her. Somebody has to go first, and it might as well be us. We're the ones who broke her trust last time. You're talking a lot about trusting someone who, by her very definition, cannot be trusted. I don't know how many more warnings I have to dole out. If you help her out of here, you're going to regret it.
Step onto the stairs.
That's right. You're the one who's going first. Don't worry, I'll be right behind you watching every single thing you do.
That's exactly what I'm worried about.
You step onto the stairs and begin your ascent from the basement. The princess follows close on your heels, perhaps even a little closer than you'd like.
You're only saying that because you want us to feel nervous.
I do want those things, but I want them for a good reason. I don't need you to trust me for my sake, because I already know that I'm right. This is for you.
Can we walk backwards up the stairs? I think that's the smarter idea. She can't sneak in and attack if we're facing her.
No. The stairs are a bunch of overgrown roots. You'll trip and hurt yourself.
But
the princess is silent as you both continue the climb, and in no time at all, the upstairs of the cabin is within reach.
isn't that a relief? We're fine. Nothing happened.
You're not even going to wait until you're through that door to proudly claim your victory, are you?
Why did you just say that?
I think we know why. You feel something dig into your shoulder, sharp and piercing. The princess clawing at you and pulling you down with her full weight. Together you tumble back down the uneven stairs, your body and
Together.
hands crashing against the unyielding wooden roots, until finally you both separate with a bone-shaking thud against the basement floor. You feel something pop.
The princess lands against the far wall, gasping as she struggles to
It was in
recover.
her nature. The frog.
You're still in shock, trying to get a hold of yourself. She grins as you continue to remain exactly where you are, cackling derisively as she watches you realize that you won't be getting up.
Wait, why won't we be getting up?
I'm afraid your back is broken. One unlucky fall is all it takes, really, and you had several.
You know what? I'll say it. That sucks. I don't like having a broken back. We were going to help her. Why? Why did she do that? It's what I would have done if you considered not being like that. Of course not. It's what keeps us alive. And yet here we are, paralysed and stuck with someone who hates us in the basement of a remote cabin.
You must have known this was coming. The arrogance of turning your back to me after everything you've done.
Could've just gone here.
Why would I ever trust you? Your hands have spilled my blood. And knowing that, you should never have trusted me either. You should have known I would never walk hand in hand with a loathsome thing like you. By our very natures, only one of us could make it upstairs unscathed. Someone had to make the first move. Better me than you.
See, this is why I wanted her to go first. I had this whole little scheme planned, where once she'd passed by the table upstairs, I'd have said, now pick up the blade and stab her in the back. And then you'd say something like, wow, that's an amazing idea that I never saw coming. Thanks for looking out for us. And then you would have done it and we wouldn't be stuck down here with a broken back. There's just one problem with that. And what's that? She was clearly planning to betray us. And if she was in front of us, she would have gotten to the blade first. Ugh, you're right, aren't you? I thought this whole thing was ironclad, but really it was doomed from the start, wasn't it?
The princess's body twitches as she tries to get up.
Ho ho ho! So she's not as bad as us.
Something inside me is broken. Isn't that a cruel twist of the knife? Isn't that so funny?
She eyes you with intensity, silence falling between you for a long moment as her gaze travels up and down your battered form.
Seems I'm not the only one, though.
Wait, are we both just stuck here? Certainly seems that way. What a way to go. But look on the bright side. In all this chaos, you may have actually managed to deliver a lethal wound. The world could be saved after all.
we're going to die together. Isn't that a lovely treat? I wonder how long it'll take. Maybe I'll get to watch the worms lick your bones clean.
Is that really what's going to happen?
Uh-oh.
Hello? Are you still there? What happens next?
He doesn't
I thought
respond.
he's gone.
Something strange is twisting this place out of shape.
I wasn't feeling much of anything, but now I feel cold.
No chance to respond.
Is that a...
Approach the mirror.
This doesn't fit me. If he thinks it's bad, I'm with him.
I'm unraveled.
There's a world beyond the endless wall.
More vessels?
One. Whatever you bring me next will be enough. And then grab. You've already tried waiting. I will see you when you return. What textures will you weave if you close that door? You'll always come.
Game gonna close out. Yep. Alright, so we need to do one more of these. Should I just try going for the fight to the death?
You have returned to me, though you were
And the
gone
other
all
route?
at once. I never left your side. No,
Oh.
their minds are empty.
He does. I don't know why, but I know this for a fact.
I am on the cusp of my awakening. The next I will be here.
Damn.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end you're here to slay her.
Let's, I want to see the evil one
You make your
again,
way
but I
up
want to
the
explore
short
some of the
wall
other stuff.
Before you go.
There.
The interior of the cabin is all.
Take the blade.
Take- The door to the basement.
Wait, was that? Did I kill her? No. Did I kill her? I thought I checked in.
Great job. You gave away the element of
Okay.
surprise. Good luck. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy
I haven't
chain.
decided
How about
yet.
you drop the knife?
You know, let's drop the knife.
Don't you dare. It's fine. The blade tumbles.
I didn't
out
actually try
of
dropping
trembling
it, ever.
hands and drops
Thank you.
against your better judgment. You step forward to speak. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
No. You're supposed
Don't
to
just
the world.
tell her that.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
Sooner or later, you'll understand that I have your best interest.
No, we're more inclined to trust her than this voice.
How sweet. And they'll be a pal and help me get out of here, would you? We could figure out how to deal with them after I'm free.
More questions before I decide to do. Fuck! I'm at a crossroads now.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away.
Dang it.
Well, you do have that big, sharp knife.
She speaks with almost. If we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out. You attempt to someone else. You make your way back. Easier for her, easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. The knife. Pick it up and cut.
You won't like what happens.
Do I actually have the opportunity? Like, so, is this gonna lead to something else? I'm curious. Because we had the, like, crazy demon thing. I kind of want to see how that plays out.
Without hesitation, you bring the blade down. The princess.
You bastard. If I.
Do you hear the conviction in her voice? It's an act. I'm not so sure. Don't waver now. As you raise your blade to strike again.
Okay, so we're still on the same path.
You roll out of her grasp, though every inch of you is in pain. The princess we can still turn this around. You steel your resolve.
Finish the job. We haven't done.
You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can at least make sure she won't make it out of here either.
This is the choice I wanted to see.
What was that about not making it out of here alive? Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle anyone is still standing right now. Can you not feel all those ruptured organs bouncing around in there? If the princess doesn't do our friend in herself internal bleeding, it's certain to finish the job. The two of you clash for the final time. You feel your ribs break as she delivers a heavy blow, but you push through the pain, falling forward and sinking your...
Oh.
The two of you fall to the floor.
This was fun. You put up more of a fight than I thought you would. But I have to wonder. Do you really think this is the end?
But you don't have the time to worry over. Everything goes dark, and you die. You're on a path in the woods.
Adversary, that's a new chapter.
And at the end of that path,
I'm pretty sure.
Is a cabin.
Is it?
And you're here to slay her. If you...
Who's the companion here?
A warning. She will lying and cheating.
Stubborn. Okay, that is different.
Not that it matters. It's not like she can lie or cheat in
Wait.
the middle of a fight.
We were, what, skeptical last time?
Are you sure about that? The point of my warning wasn't to start an argument over what circumstance the princess will do and say whatever she thinks it will.
Crystal. Let's just get...
We're gonna get a bad ending because this is based on, like, having more positive than negatives, I
The
think.
cabin is tighter than its exterior would suggest. Its cold stone walls press in on you, as if trying to forcefully direct. The blade is your imp.
We're taking the blade.
You take the blade from the altar.
Wait, I didn't say anything. Oh.
You walk up to the wall next to the base. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. You reach forward, but there was... And now it's gone, so all of us can stop arguing about it. The door to the basement. Her fierce...
Is that another challenge?
This isn't what she sounded like last time. Good. As much as I appreciate the
Uh-oh.
enthusiasm, just make sure you don't let your bloodlust get to your head. You need to stay focused and keep your wits about you. Remember, you're here to slay the princess, not to have a good fight. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A large shackle leading from her wrist to the basement wall.
Looks like she could rip those chains out of the wall without a second thought.
Oh, it's you again. I'd been hoping you'd find your way back here. Good to see that death doesn't stick for either of us. And you brought your little knife, too. Yes! I'm going to have fun breaking you into little pieces.
Ooh, let's just turn around and leave without saying anything.
Oh, you've got another thing coming if you think you can just turn around and leave.
Uh-oh.
You hear the snap. She's loose. You have to make a decision and you have to make it fast.
That's just side and counterattack? Run. Oh, fuck.
As the princess barrels towards you, you do your best to maneuver between the tight walls of the basement. You do your best to outplay her, slashing out and leaving red cuts in the tattered remains of her white dress. But you have little room to maneuver. For every glancing blow you manage to land, she slams you against the wall in retaliation. This weak little dance isn't working. Just toughen up and overpower her. She's throwing us around like a ragdoll. I think overpowering her is a little out of the question.
Did you think you could stop me with a few cuts? All this dancing around is doing nothing but annoying me. I own this place, and I own you.
The princess's arm shoots forward, her palm wrapping around your head, fingers gripping your skull.
How disappointing.
She squeezes, the pressure unbearable as her fingers dig into your scalp. The last thing you hear is the unsettling crack of your skull. Everything goes dark, and you die.
We died. I had the needle.
You're on a path in the wood. If you weren't so damned afraid of what she'd do to you, we wouldn't have. Fear is good. Fear keeps us alive. We died because you didn't. So what? You'd have us cower in a. No, but that place suits her better than it suits us. She's big. We can't hope to find holes and openings down there. We need more room if we're going to survive. Are you suggesting luring her into the woods? Do you have any idea how dangerous that would be? If you lose.
Yo, I like this idea. I don't even know what to say. Like, I make saves, but, like, I never really loaded, like, any of these.
Are you not challenging us on all the looping? Have you known about it the whole time? Are you the same one we've been talking to since the beginning? Sorry to disappoint what I'm sure must feel like a grand revelation, but that's not what's going on here. We've never met. Then what is going on? What's going on is that you'd only be saying the things you've been saying if you'd already been here, and if you'd already seen things you weren't supposed to have seen. It doesn't matter. We could go in circles forever. I don't like staying still for too long. It's good to know that at least one of you is still capable of reason. We may have the same destination, but we're not the same. You are still an other, and I don't trust you. Well, fortunately, you have an entire trip through the woods to reconsider that. There's nothing to reconsider. We're all for violence here. Are we? I haven't signed off on anything yet. Violence is the answer here, but the method is equally important to the act. You can't let her leave the cabin. It's like I said, all just circles. Instinct tells me we need space, and I trust instinct.
We haven't talked about this different place. I wouldn't even call these words. It's like
It's evidence of one.
It's like an influence poured out into this world.
Can't let her spread any further. Things are always changing. She changed, the cabin changed, we've changed. Why won't the woods change too? Because they're not supposed to have changed. This is supposed to be a path in the woods. If it's not, it means something's gone horribly wrong.
No matter what happens next, it seems like all our answers are in the cabin.
It isn't long before you find yourself at the end of the path, staring up the hill at the cabin.
No last advice for us? No words of warning?
What I gather, you've heard it all before. There's no use screaming into the wind.
I don't know. Screaming sounds pretty good right about now. I could use a little catharsis.
Catharsis is for when we're finished. For now, we need to hold it out in front of us, something to chase. The interior of the cabin is suffocatingly tight, more of a glorified tunnel than a building. Its stone walls squeeze against your sides, leaving you no choice but to press forward. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you're going to do this right. See? We have even less space than before. We need space or she'll kill us. And the only space is out there. Take it.
Take the blade.
You take the blade from the altar. Good. There's no overcoming her without it. We need every part of us to survive, and that steel claw is as much a part of us as any. You step forward and approach the door to the basement.
I can't retreat yet.
Hesitating before you open it. All we see is a damned mirror.
This really is just like last time.
It smells of nothing, yet it's... You bring your fist crashing down against the door leading to the basement. It swings open, scraping against the floor as it reveals the dim path ahead.
Why am I not surprised?
It was in our way, and now it's not. That's all that matters.
Can we retreat back out?
Before you is what may as well be a sheer cliff face. There are enough footholds that you'll be able to clamber your way to the bottom, but it will require careful effort. The air hissing up from below is warm and wet, like the breath of an enemy locked in close quarters. Her voice, bold and fierce and impatient, echoes from the chamber below.
Do you have more fight in you than last time? That was such a disappointing show. I know you can do better than that.
Goat her. Rile her up. If she's angry, she'll make mistakes.
That's not how this works. I'm all chained up, remember? How about you come down here and fight me?
Those chains were nothing to her last time.
There'll be nothing to her this time. But we need to show ourselves first to make her boil over. Fine by me.
Alright.
You know where to go down.
We're going to the
Start
basement,
journey,
landing.
gripping the stone.
We're going to
Hold
hunted strategy.
But soon, there is solid ground beneath you. Remember, every crack and crevice will need to be faster than her. You turn to face what lies at the end of the narrow tunnel. The princess, imposing and tightly muscled, grins back at you from the darkness. Her face widens into a broad grin.
There you are, knife in hand. How thrilling. Attack me, bleed me, twist the blade in my flesh. Break your bones against my body. I want a real challenge this time.
Can't get that close. She'll kill us in the tight space, steel claw or not. Make her come to us, stand beyond her chains, let her become frenzied. She'll break them. Then we run.
I really don't like the sound of this.
It's the only way we live.
Well, what are you waiting for? If we're gonna do this right, you can't be scared. You need to want this as much as I do. So go on. Make the first move. Don't keep me waiting.
If you want a good fight, you want to arrest me somewhere with more space? Oh.
The princess scoffs.
I should have saved before that.
Oh, you're up to something tricky, aren't you?
I should have saved before that.
You're teasing me with what I want, but I'm sick of waiting.
I didn't save!
I'm not going to let you give me another bad fight. I'm going to get what I want.
Bloody desire in her eyes, the princess rushes forward, ignoring her chains as they bend and snap. Run. Without hesitation, you turn back the way you came and scramble up the ledge towards the tunnel entrance. As you near the top, hands desperately clawing at jagged stone, you glance back. The princess is right on your heels. She doesn't bother to scale the wall as you do, instead digging deep into the rock of the cliff face with her fingertips in her rabid pursuit.
Anywhere you go, I will follow.
Good. You reach the ledge and hoist yourself up into the tunnel, the cabin door finally in sight, at once within your grasp and infinitely distant.
It shuts.
What is all of this for? What's the point? You and I are always going to end in violence, so why bother to run? I know what I am. Why can't you be the same? Little bird, where do you think you're going?
We're almost there. Don't think about almost. We're there when we're there. And we'll take the fight with us. Your stomach hums tight with adrenaline as you burst through the
Oh, we actually made it out the door?
and roll onto the grass. You glance back at the cabin as the princess, singular in her desire to destroy you, explodes.
Now we save Scum.
There's nothing left to slow me down. Do
Well,
you
we're
think
supposed to
this
dodge.
is better for you?
Stick and
Do you
move.
think this space gives you an edge? Then show me.
We need to keep
Show me that
dodging
you've
and
been worth all
sticking
the
and
room
moving.
you've taken up in my head.
Do it. Be swift, strike true, be where she's not. Let your body move you.
Fuck, am I supposed to hit Slay? Falling right from my trap? Slay?
You leap from the grass and bound towards the princess, keeping low.
Charging me head on. Brave and foolish.
Her body braces for impact, anticipating the clash. That's where you're both wrong. Left, now. As the princess strikes, your body swerves to the left. She overextends, stumbling as her balance shifts unexpectedly. Strike. Before you can finish the thought, you lash out, the blade slicing through her leg. She turns to swing again. Right. You move out of the way, but this time it's not quite as clean. You can feel a bruise already
Dun 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 dun!
crashed into flesh. It's nothing. A scratch. Yes, it could be worse. And you manage to gift her another cut in return. I'll be damned. We're actually going to pull this off, aren't we? Just might. But don't let it get to your head. Not until it's over.
Yes, finally! This is the hole I felt in my heart. This is what I've needed. This is what I've been missing. This is how it always needed to end. Both of us giving it our all, beating and bleeding each other to death.
The two of you engage in a devastating flurry of blows. Each of you.
Something seems off about the voice actors. I think it's just the mic quality. Like, it's too close to the mic.
She's stronger, but you're faster. And the deeper the both of you fall into your lethal dance, the more your edge shines over hers. She's... Oh, keep going. We can't stop now. You spy an opening. She's waiting for you. She lets you sink the blade deep, trapping you in place long enough to wrap you in her impenetrable arms. You're slammed to the ground. Nothing. These blows are nothing to us. But her gambit wasn't enough to close the gap. It wasn't enough to kill you. She stares you down, coughing up a splash of blood as she gasps for breath.
You've outplayed me, haven't you? Something feels wrong. Something.
And? Then what happens?
And then we get the bad ending. Because we killed her. You don't have the chance to spawn nor ever. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again.
Approach the mirror.
This This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final.
So this is the last loop.
That thing reeks of death. Screw the mirror. We just need to find the princess.
Feel spells ball. Small distance as you approach. Oh. That's right, you can't be nothing. You focus your gauge, and then you see it. It's a figure faint, veiled, and shadow just beyond the reflection.
I think you know.
Crack slides down center mirror, splitting the image of two sections there. The crack forms another, turning it into jagged shards of broken glass. So you're the narrator. I was wondering if I'd ever get to see
The
you.
narrator. Yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all. An objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far.
Oh, fuck. Can I destroy the mirror? Damn it. Is this like... This is another spot where, like... I haven't loaded once. I mean, I did load, but I just wanted to see what a decision made. It wasn't bearing on anything. So I don't know if this is like... I have limited responses. Or I should just destroy. What's this place?
Construct. It was supposed to keep the two of you trapped here until the job was done. And it was supposed to guide your hand to help you see things through. The construct you're in exists in every world at once. Any time you failed, any time you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both you and her into a new world. But you're waking up to your true nature now. It won't be able to work like that anymore.
Think. If you're not me, then what are you?
I'm an echo, likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
Alright, I'm just gonna break the mirror in case it, like... What's my true
You're
identity?
the long quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death. I haven't, and that's by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Anytime you failed, anytime you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world. But you'll be awake soon, and then it won't be able to work like that anymore.
So about the looping, sometimes I met you and you denied it. Why did you lie to me?
Any other version of me you talked to was just that, a version of me. It wasn't me. As to why they lied, perhaps they thought that admitting to it would have pushed you to certain realizations that would have made finishing your task impossible. Maybe they were just in denial. I'm sure many of them were convinced that they had to be the first version of them you'd encountered. Anything else would have been too existentially unpleasant. For all I know, each of those other versions of me could have had entirely different understandings of how this construct works. Who's to say which of them are right and which of them are wrong, really? Except for me. I can tell you for a fact that I'm right.
Okay. How am I supposed to get rid of the world of death?
The princess. Once she's gone, everyone will get to exist exactly as they are.
Am I really gonna have to make a fucking decision?
No howling chaos, just life.
How do you get rid of the world of death?
If you need to ask that question, there's nothing I can say to move you. You haven't died. You cannot die.
I don't think I have any more choices. I mean, I got like, what, 2 more?
flirted with dying.
Okay, fine. We'll break the mirror. Fair enough. There it is, right. Go right along quiet, vast God. So for you to wake up. Proceed to the cabin one more time. Oh, when you arrive at the heart of things, there's no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There's nothing for you to find. Alright, let's do a second save page. This is just probably her. Did I bug it out by pausing? Oh, no, I didn't.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
I'm the long quiet, but I don't really know what that means.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the Shifting Mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
I think the second option. There's been another way.
If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. And you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it. Violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to
Oh no.
then so be it. Brutality splashes you against the walls, but with stubborn defiance you rise again. And with the dance of our conflict, I was brought somewhere new. Without you, my world would have been so small. Do you remember the moment of your triumph? Do you remember the feeling of your blade finally cutting me down? My defeat was a gift. Without obstacles to overcome,
nice.
We stagnate into nothing.
I fought you to protect other. We've both grown from
We
it.
have. Look at what we are now. and
Oh
see how
fuck! The
small
last
we were
decision's
then.
gonna be us losing our mind.
A trick behind your back and a trick behind mine. We dance, revolving and revolving around each other, but forever stuck in place. We both move, and yet we both don't. For each of us watches the other instead of ourselves.
Fuck.
But forever is not forever. I move and you react, and both of us break the other. But broken is only a moment in time.
We're gonna have to love one, and then we're gonna have two deathy things, and like
Change
the
is to
worst
hold the
thing at the
potential
end,
to rise above.
right?
Would you limit yourself to what you are now? Or would you like to see what you might become tomorrow?
Okay, there's no need for us to keep fighting. No, that's alright. I've already come so far. The time we could get better.
And there is always time.
That actually makes sense right here, right? This is the good romance ending, right?
Your lover tried to stake into your body, and another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go? But if the stakes meant nothing to you. You had a desire, and you set that desire free. You lifting me and me lifting you. Forever and ever and ever. Consumed by true belief, there was nothing that could hold us
The
back.
shitty part is this last decision is gonna be like garbage. How'd that feel like
It
that?
never left you. You just need to open your heart to me once more.
This last decision is gonna be garbage.
A boundless torrent of blades cut you from boundless angles. You are a body. You are gory ribbons. You are a body again. And you feel all of it. On and on it goes until your bodies are not your thoughts, are not you. Alive, dead, alive, dead, alive, dead, then alive and dead and alive and dead all at once. You learn to put yourself away and to follow the flow of reality. And you
Yeah,
used it
okay,
to
and this
rise
last one?
above me.
And this last one?
You died countless steely deaths, and you lived countless short lives, and yet it is all so far behind you. Unjust impossibilities pushed you to become something you would never have been without them.
We can fix her. Felt so good, even if
And
it
it
cost
was
my
a
life.
joy for me to finally face my end.
Alright, here's the
Even
worst
when I thought I had
fucking
reached an
ending.
unconquerable peak. You showed
terms
me
of
how
evilness.
much further I could still climb.
There are few things more terrifying than one's own heart, and there is almost nothing more terrifying than sharing it with another. But the most terrifying thing of all is to leave one's heart unshared. You are the only thing like me, and I am the only thing like you.
She looks cuter now.
Could you bear the weight of an eternity alone? Do you dare to shape a reality of solitude and thrust it on creation?
Thank you for sharing yourself with me. You showed your heart to break me. It was a terrible thing to see. It's what it takes to rid the world of death. I could bear the solitude. You get it. There's no need for, fuck. You were sharing yourself with me. Fuck. I don't like these two decisions. So I want to end with the waifu.
I'm aware of what it did to you. The understanding you've returned to me is a gift.
At the clash between you abates, you begin to shake, your will rapidly dissolving.
Are you starting to see? Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
It's easy to believe things you believe in, and you get to sit above it all. What happens when you think we leave here?
This universe dies, and a new one is born. And that one dies, and a new one is born. And you and I get to witness it all, weaving a tapestry of life wherever we go.
That doesn't sound too bad. I never wanted to fight you. How do we leave? Oh, fuck.
Nothing brings me greater joy than to hear those words.
I didn't actually...
The final peace lies with you.
Oh, fuck. I didn't actually mean to pick an option. Fall into yourself. Body of ancient creature stirs from its hibernation. You feel sensation in your limbs you couldn't fathom. Everything here, except for her, is you. Your wings spanning in cosmic scale, but twisted and crumpled and bound in agonized tension to a finite plane. You feel the glass of the construct pressing in on you, confining you across infinite sides and infinite angles. You push back and strain against it, but it does not
I
yield.
love you.
Take your hand. All at once, the unyielding tension breaks. You're free, and she is with
It's
you.
magnificent.
There are no words, no thoughts to describe absolute reality, something that simply is. Step into the infinite. What happens now?
Everything. Just like it always has been.
You and she step forward into 1,000 dawns and 1,000 sunsets, each of which contains 1,000 more. You exist, you're aware just you've always been. Just you always will be. With conflicts in your nature, the two of you will never be alone. The two of you will never know fear. Dang it. What's the other?
I can finally see you. And you can ever the passive player.
We're just slay the princess. Let's get the other.
Brutality.
Oh. Remain silent.
What you say.
Oh, do none of these decisions make matter?
Behind you, but forever is not to change.
Decisions?
And so you're quiet. You're left, but the stakes meant nothing to you. You had a desire.
Surrender?
Nothing.
Free yourself?
I love you.
So free yourself is the wrong.
I can finally see you. Ever
Right.
the passive player. Always reacting and never acting.
This game good.
Do you my
So I need to pick like
a triple threat?
this whole time.
It back on. You learn you. Are you starting to see? No, there is no. You cannot open.
Alright, slay the princess.
Even now, you think you can destroy me.
You don't have to face it alone.
Oh! Explore. Hero, which hero are you?
All of them? I assume in the same way that you're all of you.
That's no good how it's good to hear your voice.
You'll never be able to strike a decisive blow from out here. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's go.
Ah.
And here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it? Do you need me to describe things?
I like that for all time's sake.
Yeah, of course. The interior of the cabin is, well, it's a cabin, yeah? There isn't much here, just a table and a knife and a door. And some windows. You know, come to think of it, I don't think he ever really mentioned the windows, did he? There's no mirror, either. I think you broke it. And I know I've already mentioned it, but if we want to see this through, we're gonna need that blade.
Is narrator really gone?
It's dead silent in here. Whatever it was that was left of him, I don't think it could handle you waking up to godhood. Pretty sure he got obliterated. Yeah, it's complicated. He put us through hell, but he's been part of us since the very beginning, hasn't he? That's probably for the best. It's always seemed to give us more options than not.
It's just us. I think the rest of them are still out there, jumbled up.
Oh fuck! I wonder if I had to pick specific dialogues for. Oh, I wonder if I do need.
Do you remember the first time we...
It's almost over, isn't it? That's okay.
She sounded just like that. And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
You're really going to do it then, aren't you? You're really going to kill me. You don't have to. You know that, right? But if that's what you want, we might as well talk a bit first. I wouldn't mind a few extra minutes.
So this is really it then. Let's see this through.
Huh. A new subscriber, huh? Thank you for subscribing to Zookie Wookie. Pay some damn attention.
Thank you for the sub, Kogaro. We're gonna stab the scroll because of you.
So this is what it feels like to actually die.
That's why your sub got you. Thank you, Kogaro.
I think this is for the best. I don't know what the world would be like without me. But it can't be that bad if it still has you in it. I've always loved you. Don't forget me.
You blink, the princess is gone. All you left is her small weight that sits at the border of your heart. Whatever action brought you and the princess to being was rough and jagged. Left each of you with a piece of the other. Destroying her once and for all, you also destroyed part of yourself. But the world hasn't ended. Things continue on.
She's gone. And I don't think she's coming back.
No, she's not.
We did what we set out to do. Come on, let's get going. We don't need to linger down here anymore.
Leave the basement behind. Down the stairs. And then you leave the cabin
It's
itself.
quiet here.
Path through the woods outside an empty canvas. But there's even more to see beyond this place. The fruits of your labor, a world free from death. The body of the ancient creature stirs from its hibernation. You feel sensation in limbs. Once you couldn't fathom. Everything here is you. Here wings span a cosmic scale. But twisted and crumpled and beyond its agonizing tension to a finite plane. You feel the glass of the construct pressing in on you, confining you across infinite sides and infinite angles. You push back and strain against it, but it doesn't yield.
He's gone. She's gone. No one is left to trap us here but us.
Open your heart and bear witness to the new kingdom. All of the once unyielding tension gives way. And then the shattering, you're free, and before you lies the endless expanse of absolute reality. New absolute reality, one forged by your will and by a long and arduous cycle of bloodshed that has stained your hands countless times over. But there will be no more bloodshed in this new world.
It's finally over, isn't it?
I knew we'd finally see it through. All it takes to be a winner is grit and determination.
We really did win, didn't we? We're the house now. We get to make the rules. This is nice. No more hunting. No more running.
We were a
Just us.
elder god of some sort, I guess.
Absolute reality.
I don't want to
There's
describe it too
really a
much.
world outside of us. And who would have thought we'd actually wind up siding with him? The whispering, and the coercion, and the bickering. Everything horrible about being alive has stopped. I could get used to this.
That wasn't very hard at all. Speak for yourself.
Well, boys, how does it feel? We're not just on top of the pecking order, we are the pecking order now.
I hope this was
So,
all worth it.
do I do Spider-Man after this?
I'm personally
Or like
inconsolable. Lucky for us, you have forever to get over.
Boomer Shooter?
Time mends a lot of things. You'll get better.
I'm more of a Spider-Man mood though.
Here, here, to our vanquished foe.
It's good to be back. Now we just have to figure out what to do with ourselves. Forever.
Yeah, we can do that.
Hey! Alright, I got endings. There's a lot of endings options in this game. Can you save the princess? Maybe. Well, there's a lot of fucking ending stuff. There's a lot of stuff happening. Look how cute she is, though. Alright. So, what do I play now? I could do Spooderman. I could chip at Trails, but Spider-Man seems like it makes more sense. I can do